Hey, hi. Okay, today I just want to share with you a bit about the cruise stocks. Um, of course, there are only three players in the field right now. You got the Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, and also the Carnival Cruises. Of course, you got the one small players like the Disney Cruises and the Virgin Galactic Cruises as well. Of course, then you get the recent company wound up, which is the Genting Cruises, whereby some of the ships has been purchased by Royal Caribbean, and some are still under auction right now. So I like Royal Caribbean the most because during the pandemic until now, as you can see, all the cruise liner stocks they are doing really badly. Just show you a bit about their financials. Um, they were basically having a very healthy revenue of 9 to 10 billion a month to 1 to 2 billion a month kind of revenue. And Norwegian and Carnival, they have actually raised by funds by issuing additional shares, which I think is bad for shareholders. That's a dilution of capital. Whereas Royal Caribbean is the only company whereby you don't see dilution in the company in terms of the shares, whereby you can see the share counts are pretty much very standard still. Um, so even during the pandemic, after they raise funds, so the way they raise funds is by issuing of they call senior convertible notes or bonds, and so they have been doing about 3 to 4 rounds the last couple of 2 years. The last two was one in January, which is about 1 billion, and another one was just a couple of days ago, late July, very near to their second quarter earnings announcement, for 900 million. So the last recent 900 million fundraising exercise is actually a refinancing exercise. So they are just to proposing to offer senior convertible notes to refinancing existing outstanding senior convertible notes. So instead of allowing the notes to be convertible into ordinary shares or other collaterals, they basically refinance it and would like to continue to service the interest rather than having the creditors or the lenders to have a stake in the company and dilute owners' shareholdings, which include retail shareholders like us. So I think what they do to refinance debts are pretty interesting, and I think this is good compared to the other two cruise liners. The second point I wanted to mention why I think cruise liner are doing better and better right now, or has going to have great third quarter results and fourth quarter results. Of course, is the pre-cruising testing, and they are now doing away with all the pre-cruising testing right now, which are still slow. Now they have done away for the pre-cruising testing requirement for short duration cruises, which is cruises that's less than 6 days. So and also you can see the Center of Disease Control (CDC), which is critical to giving out guidelines and rules on how you can the SOP required for sailing, has also relaxed on their um, SOPs and all that. And if you in the coming weeks and coming months, you will see things probably pretty much going back to normal. So the stocks of Royal Caribbean has been hovering around 33 to 38 range. It has been going up and down, very volatile for the last couple of weeks between the 33 to 40 range. And they are actually very, very good buying buy point. It has hit a high of 123 before during the COVID pandemic, before the COVID pandemic, and it has gone down to a lowest of 20 over $23 That was way back in 2016, when Royal Caribbean doesn't have all their mega cruise liners like Voyager of the Seas, Quantum of the Seas, and the coming up one is called the Icon of the Seas, which will be unleashed in year 2023. This is an amazing, one of a kind cruise, and I think among all the cruises, the facilities, and I'm a consumer myself. Definitely, Royal Caribbean is a upper class elite kind of but at mass very competitive rates with Carnival and Norwegian in terms of what they can do for cruises. So they has a lot of potential with all their new ships coming up, ahead of the game by far. So this is the second point I think which is very interesting for Carnival. So first one was the shares, there's very little dilution. Second part is their fleet of cruises, and I think are very amazing. And the pre-cruising testing requirement relaxation, this 1, 2, 3. And then the fourth one is, of course, about inflation causing the Fed to increase the interest rates, and then their borrowing costs for companies which are heavily in debt, would incur higher and greater cost. If you look at the revenue that they have achieved in second quarter, I just want to show you their second quarter results are actually amazing. They beat estimates, analyst estimates by in terms of revenue and also in terms of net loss. So they were having a net loss of 0.5 billion only, 500 million negative instead of a compared estimated net loss of 1.3, and their earning per share was only negative $2 instead of the expected 5 to 9, which is actually they beat by more like 100%. So looking at third quarter, it's quite easy for them to go back to the range of doing around like 8 billion a year, a quarter, and probably very good. Sorry, the income statement here, about two over billion per quarter, and be able to hit a income of over 400 million a quarter, instead of losing 400 million to 500 million per quarter. So Q3 is going to be amazing, and it's now we are actually working towards a Q3 quarterly results, and I think this is a really good time to collect Royal Caribbean at fire sale price right now. So other things I'd like to share with you is let me see the Q2 earnings snapshot I'll put down here, and this is this was the way back in 2020 when they did a 3.3 billion in bonds. So which I think they are slowly paying back with the cash flow that they have. Yes, it's still a heavily in debt company because of the damage that suffered during the pandemic. But cash flow is very healthy at the moment, so looking good for the company from the third quarter onwards. So so I'd like to share with you this company, which is I think still looks like difficult position in second quarter, but definitely from the third onwards, things are definitely looking brighter and brighter. So do your own due diligence on Royal Caribbean, and hope to see you in your next episode. Thank you.